So, let's talk colonoscopies, all right? Because at one moment you turned to me this weekend, and I don't even remember the context in which it came up, but we were sitting at the bar at a Longhorns, I believe.
No, you said that you couldn't you had to watch your consumption of red meat.
Oh, I did, right, because right, that's right. I brought it up. I said I had diverticulitis. I was in the hospital this year. I never had to watch my diet, so I have to be aware of what's in my. And you gave me a picture of this stuff. What is that stuff called? It turns to like clay inside you. And there are photos. Okay, there's the gimmick. It's that's the one brand, but others make them, and if there
that's the one.
photos,
That's the one I take. I take 3 capsules of that every day, and I mean, I could easily, if there was like a web page that was like, log this, and it was just fucking people's first deuce in the morning on just girth and length. I mean, I shit a Viking ship every morning. That motherfucker. I mean, it's the top of it's out of the water. I mean, it's a fucking. It's beautiful.
You're on land, so you go in the hole and then onto land.
And onto land, yeah. Sometimes in hotel rooms, I've had to take a fucking coat hanger and cut that fucker. Yeah, chop it up like a banana so that fucker goes down.
Right. You wonder what famous guys do in the hotel rooms after they sign your autographs all day. He's slicing shit. And then
I'm so OCD, I spent 7 hours washing the hanger because I know somebody else is going to have to touch that motherfucker.
Just throw it out.
Now, it's like, let me ask you a question. Am I the only person on earth that fucking, the only time they really, I mean, to the point of, like those hotel fucking washcloths, after you get done with your body and you go to the fucking, you go to the fucking, the tunnel of turds, I mean, ugh. And then you pull they pull the thing out and you look at it and you're thinking God, I wiped until there's nothing showing. And then, but how am I getting this soap and water up there and getting it looks like I'm, like I've never washed my ass in my life. And then you're not going to leave that motherfucker for the maid if you're a human being. So now you've got to get the soap and fucking hand wash the tar stain off that motherfucker.
So you're talking about washing the washcloth after you wash yourself.
Well, you have to, because I have more respect for that, because God forbids I'm a rich white motherfucker and I don't get it. But that lady that's cleaning my room, I mean, that's not probably the best job on earth. And me leaving a fucking shit rag in the shower in the corner wadded up like they're not going to, it's like, no.
After you have the chambermaid clean the grill of your Mercedes with a toothbrush, when she goes up and does your rags, they throw them in a bag. They throw them in a giant bag and drag them out of your room. She doesn't lick the fucking thing.
I don't even want her to have to fucking, like, at any time in her life have to think that, that fucking giant dude that walked out of that room did this to me. Like, he had no respect. It's like when somebody rips one in an elevator and there's 2 people.
That's different.
I mean, it's like, motherfucker, man. Like, you got to be kidding me. Like,
you can hold it for 2 minutes till you get to your floor, but you got to wash your ass in the hotel.
Even if you do fucking think you're going to be able to sneak one by and it turns into one of those fucking sulfur farts, all you got to say is, my bad, man. I had a toaster waffle this morning. Those motherfuckers will give you a fucking sulfur fart in a heartbeat.
But if you can ever find people out there, what is this called? This colon thing that turns to like that clay? Because it's not shit that only comes out. It is this clay
mucus. What it actually does, it's almost like having a colonic. It pulls, like when you have a colonic done, a proper one, and then you'll defecate, and they'll sit there and suck as they suck the feces out of you with a tube, and they're sending water up your colon.
Who's having breakfast? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm having chili for dinner, and then, when like the next day, like you'll pass, and it's almost like a mucus that your body passes. That's been on your intestines that whole time. That's why you're not absorbing your vitamins, your minerals, your protein. So that's you got to keep your. I mean, the number one thing for actually that I think for health is probiotics. They say that like the flora in your body, like if your flora is destroyed in your mouth, like it'll eat your gums. Like you have to really keep your probiotic and flora. And
so the probiotics, which are the healthy bacteria, right? That one might find in yogurts and other foods. You can get a probiotic pill, which has like 3 million IUs, right, of this probiotic, which will.
But a lot of that is by the time it gets through your stomach enzymes, it's fucked.
Right. But this stuff, this colon thing, it turns to like this clay, and there are pictures of people proudly standing at the bowl, holding up what looks like a kindergarten class's project, this gigantic ivory-colored clay formation, which just came out of their bodies.
In some cultures, they actually use those as piñatas.
What comes out of it, though? Yesterday's taco.
Corn.
Exactly, or salad. Did you ever hear of the enema? I read this somewhere. Steve, while I'm talking, get it up so that I can prove it's true. There's an enema that you can get where you choose the song you would like shot up your ass with the water. I don't know if it's the certain pulsing of the song or if something spiritual about it.
I actually had that done.
You did not.
Yeah. To Barry Manilow's Copacabana.
One night in East Village. Well, that's what you could go there. What songs would you get? Like Brown Eyed Girl, maybe?
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Choose,
Very
The
nice.
End, if you're a Doors fan, The End.
Yep.
You Better Run,
Yeah.
Pat Benatar. In and Out of Love, if you're a Bon Jovi fan. Running on Empty. I mean, we could go on all day, but it's a...
Is that a Jackson Brown, right?
That was Jackson Brown, no pun intended. It's some kind. I don't know what it's called, but you choose the song and they shoot the song up your ass with the water. For Christ's sake. You ever have you've done the colonoscopy, right? You're 63. You've had.
Yeah. I'm due. I'm due to get another one.
Maybe we could do a live broadcast that day. We'll go to the doctor's office, set up the mics. Tristan, are you there? Remote show. Whenever Dad books the doctor, we're going. Did you ever do that? Now you did the real one where they go up, right? Because they have that Cologuard one now where you can just
Shit in a box?
Yeah, shit in a box.
I heard that there's like a unbelievable, like a 20% percent that it's like you get a false negative or a false. To me, it's just like, you know what, 20% and fucking dying. I think I'll just go ahead and and the barium, that like all that mixture and shit is completely changed than the last time I did it, because the one horrible thing about being a Nash is, like, besides my brother, there wasn't a Nash that made fucking 50 years old. Uncles, like everybody fucking, it was like Rambo when they fucking, Nash dead, Rambo, Nash dead. They're all dead, sir.
So you had to go. You were high risk for everything, so you had to get all this shit done.
Yeah, but so now my brother, who's a couple years older than me, he's like my go-to guy. Like, I'm like, hey, how's this? How's that? You got it? Because he's it, man. My brother's it's like him and me are the only ones that hit 60, let alone, beyond.
I was just hoping that there'd be a less invasive way than going in. And
the thing is, too, is you hear all these horror stories about people that have they perforate their fucking colon and they get fucking septic and, so it's
from
just
a colonoscopy?
Yeah, you can fucking, if you're in there fucking around, you fucking pull a polyp and next thing you know, fucking Jed's a millionaire.
I thought you meant from insertions. There are those famous stories like lab techs will talk about the most famous things, the most strange things.
If I was a lab tech, I would just as a joke use like a 17-inch double dong dildo and hit him with that first, and then just fucking say like, I'm just kidding.
Psych.
Yeah, psych. Now you're gonna be fine for this next one. It'll be nothing.
Now, there's been newspaper articles about the things in hospitals and emergency rooms they pull from guys' rectums, dudes who are getting freaky and like.
Remember that one jackass? The guy put the matchbox up his ass.
Right.
They went in and they took an X-ray, and the guy had a matchbox car up his ass. And the doctor's trying to explain, like, well,
That's because that shit happens. They got that idea from like the.
remember the
syrup. What's her name?
But the urban legend of Richard Gere, that they pulled a gerbil
gerbil
out of his ass. That was the urban legend.